The power cut out with a hard snap, and in that exact second, I thought I was about to watch my father die. ICU alarm screaming, oxygen failing, house dead black. And outside, there she was, Karen Langley, standing on the edge of my land like she'd just won a trophy. 5 minutes later, I drove a 40-ton generator truck onto my ranch and changed everything. Name's Ryan Walker. I'm a 39-year-old paramedic-turned-rancher who left city chaos for peace and space in Saddlebrook Valley, California. I moved out here 2 years ago with my dad, Joe. He's 82 now. Retired firefighter, stroke survivor, stubborn as hell, and the toughest man I know. After his stroke, I turned one of the back rooms in our ranch house into a mini ICU, permits, oxygen system, the whole setup. He needed care, and I made sure he got it. What I didn't expect, that the biggest threat to my dad's life wouldn't be his health. It'd be the fake queen of a neighborhood HOA that didn't even include my property, Karen Langley. 50-something. Lives downhill in the Serenity Crest development. Gated, white fences, gossip for breakfast kind of place. She wasn't born Karen. She chose it. After her third divorce, she decided what this place needed was order, and she self-appointed herself as the voice of the HOA, even beyond where it legally ended. My ranch? 20 acres of solar panels, goats, tomatoes, and an American flag? That was a threat to her cookie-cutter kingdom. It started with letters. Your fence height violates community code. Then came the surprise inspections, led by her cousin in a vest she probably got off Amazon. Then cameras, trail cams pointed straight into my windows. I ignored it. I figured she'd get bored. But after Dad came home from the hospital, everything escalated. Karen said medical gear was industrial, oxygen tanks were a hazard, and that our ranch lowered property values. I tried being nice, offered her lemonade once. She sneered and walked away. So yeah, when I came home one afternoon and saw the ICU monitor flashing red through the window, I knew. I ran inside and found Dad gasping, barely conscious. Nothing was running, nothing. I tore through drawers for backup batteries. Dead. 5 minutes. That's how long I had before he'd crash. And outside, I heard her voice, mocking. Maybe next time he'll follow the rules like everyone else, she said. I swear to God, she smiled. I didn't think. I just ran. Straight to the garage, dialed one number. Dave Mitchell, my buddy from the wildfire response days, now CEO of an emergency power company. He said, "You want the beast?" I said, "Send it." 5 minutes later, a diesel growl thundered up the valley. I drove the 40-ton generator truck right up to the barn and didn't look back. The house roared back to life. Monitors blinked. Oxygen hissed. Dad breathed. And Karen was outside shrieking to the wind just as the sirens rolled in. She waved down the sheriff like she was hosting a damn parade. "That's an illegal generator. It's leaking gas. It's a hazard." The deputy took one look and said, "Ma'am, we're here for a medical emergency." She went red, then purple. "He's not part of the HOA. He can't run a hospital in his yard." I handed over laminated documents, state certified, notarized. The deputy read through, nodded, and said, "He's in full compliance." Karen's mouth opened, then closed, then opened again. She said, "I'll sue." And from inside the house, my dad, who hadn't spoken clearly in days, croaked, "Karen, is that you screaming again?" She froze. I watched her walk away with that sour little twitch in her jaw, and I thought, maybe now she'll stop. I was wrong. Next morning, I found a folded note on my mailbox. You're being watched. That truck won't save you forever. That's when I called Adam Walker, my cousin, cybersecurity contractor, ex-Navy SEAL, quiet type who can rebuild a motherboard or take down a man with equal precision. He showed up by nightfall in a matte black SUV and said 5 words. We're locking this place down. Thermal sensors, hidden trail cams, drone scramblers. Adam went full op mode, and just in time, because that night, 2 guys in hoodies showed up. Brad Langley, Karen's nephew, and another dude. They circled the generator truck, whispered, took photos, and left. We caught it all on tape. Adam said, "They're testing you." Next day, fuel line cut, generator dead. I ran out and saw Karen sipping iced tea on her back porch. "Guess the HOA wins again?" she called out. I didn't say a word. I called Dave again. He said, "Send in Fort Knox." This one? Bulletproof. Surveillance system. Steel-caged fuel lines. The thing looked like it could power a missile silo. Dave backed it in personally. Karen watched from her porch like she'd just been slapped. But then a drone appeared, sleek, silent, circling, watching everything. Adam tracked the signal, straight from Karen's property. We retaliated, took control of the drone, flew it over her porch, dropped a message. "We see everything. Try again." She screamed, swung a broom, missed. That was fun, until the bulldozer showed up. Not a working crew, just one machine, parked, facing my fence. Serenity Crest HOA spray-painted on the side. Karen rolled up in her white SUV, sunglasses on, clipboard ready. "You're trespassing," I told her. "Not yet," she said. But the board met. We voted. "Your ranch is scheduled for development expansion. You can't do that." She smiled. "Ryan, we'll refile. We'll zone you out. We'll wait until your dad's gone. And then we'll bury you in paperwork." That night, Adam pulled out a thick folder and said, "Remember Uncle Ray's conservation ranch?" "Yeah." "I filed the same paperwork last month. This land's now pending federal protection, and today I filed an emergency injunction under the Private Property Preservation Act." 3 days later, the feds showed up. The ranch was now legally protected. HOA couldn't touch it, not even with bulldozers and drones. So Karen did what cowards do. She escalated in the dark. That night, someone firebombed my trash bin, just feet from the fuel shed. I put the fire out, but on the barn wall, someone had spray-painted, "No power, no peace." Then came the explosion. They used PVC fireworks to blow open the fence. 4 shadows ran in, trying to steal one of the backup batteries. We shouted. Max, my border collie, barked like the sky was falling. Adam fired 1 warning shot. They scattered. One of them? Brad. Again. This time the sheriff didn't come alone. He brought a U.S. Marshal, Agent Felton. Calm, tall, sharp eyes. She saw the footage and said one thing. "This isn't HOA harassment. This is criminal sabotage." Within hours, she marched down to Karen's house. Karen answered in a robe. 20 minutes later, she and Brad were both in cuffs, along with 2 HOA board members. Karen screamed like a banshee. "You can't do this! I built this community!" No one listened. The bulldozer disappeared. The drone went quiet, but then came the final note. Plain envelope, no name, just 1 sentence. "You may have won the ranch, but you don't know what's buried under it. So, who was really in the wrong here?"